We're just going to come to a comfortable seated position. And so, like always, you're welcome to elevate your hips or to sit in any way that's comfortable for you. We're going to sit up as tall as our body allows. Closing our eyes, we'll take a moment to settle in, to start to bring our attention to the present moment, the present breath, the present union of your mind, your body, and your spirit, noticing what's here multidimensionally. So we begin to let go of all the busyness and distractions, the tensions and unease. And instead, we allow ourselves to open to receiving whatever it is that we're meant to receive in our practice this evening. So tonight, we'll be focusing on opening. And so as we open, we begin to let go of all the things that no longer serve us, so that we create space for the things that do. And so we begin to deepen our breath, inviting both our inhale and our exhale in and out through our nose, if our nose allows. We start to find what we call a 3-part breath, which means as we inhale, we'll allow our upper chest, then our lower chest, and our belly to expand. And as we exhale, we'll reverse that. We'll pull our belly in. We'll pull our ribs down and let our chest draw down. So we take our time to find a long, slow, deep breath that we can maintain without creating a sense of unease or a sense of distress. And this will be the breath that will be our guide. So take a moment to set an intention for your practice this evening if you so choose. And allow yourself to connect with your gratitude. And then we'll gently start to move. So we're going to let our chin come down towards our chest. And then we'll start to softly round from side to side. So we'll take our right ear towards our right shoulder. And then we come back, chin to our chest. We'll inhale to our left. And as we exhale, we'll gently come back. And we'll do that a couple more times each direction. You can make it as big or as small as you'd like. But as you begin to move and breathe, you allow yourself to let go of those things that no longer serve you so that you can create an openness to create space for the things that do. And then we'll come back to the center. We'll take an inhale as we lift our shoulders, squeezing, and as we exhale, we sigh and release. We'll take an inhale as we lift and squeeze. We feel the tension. As we exhale, we let it go. One more, we'll take a deep breath in. We feel the tension, and as we exhale, we release. We'll take a deep breath in. We'll sweep our arms up and overhead. And as we exhale, we'll take a twist. We'll take an inhale as we unwind and reach back up. And as we exhale, we twist. And again, we'll do that a couple more times, each direction. Allowing yourself to move in a way that creates space for the things that do serve you, letting go of the things that no longer do. And we'll take an inhale, unwinding, we'll reach up. And as we exhale, we'll release our arms. We'll bring our hands back to the surface beneath us as we gently lift our chest. We'll let our sternum press forward as we take a little bit of a back bend. It doesn't have to be a big, deep expression of the posture. And so you allow yourself to open here, to create a little bit of space where you may have tension normally. And then we'll release. We'll take a gentle fold forward. You'll let your spine round. Again, it doesn't matter how low you go, but try and soften through your hips, through your back, or anywhere else you feel resistance and unease. And then we'll rise back up. I'm gonna sit down onto the mat. So if you're sitting on something too tall, you may want to move it aside. We're gonna bring the soles of our feet together and let our knees open apart. We'll take an inhale as we lift our knees, and as we exhale, we'll gently guide them down. Inhaling, we lift. And as we exhale, we'll pull down. We'll do that a couple more times. And then we'll let our knees stay down. We'll take a gentle fold forward. Again, it's not about how low you can go, but instead it's about creating space, letting go of the things that don't serve you, so that you can create space for the things that do. And then we'll rise back up. We're going to hug our right shin in towards our chest. We'll take a moment and gently kind of rock from side to side. Try and soften where you feel tension and resistance. And then we'll hook onto our big toe, to our ankle, to our calf, whatever we can reach. We'll inhale as we extend our leg out. As we exhale, we'll bend our knee and bend our elbow. Inhaling, we extend out. And as we exhale, we'll pull back. We'll do that a few more times, just creating a little bit of circulation. And then we'll release. We'll hug our left shin in towards our chest. Again, we'll take a moment. We'll gently rock from side to side. And then we'll hook on to our big toe, to our calf, to our ankle. We'll take an inhale as we extend our leg out. As we exhale, we'll bend our knee and bend our elbow. Inhaling, we extend. And as we exhale, we pull back. Again, we'll do that a few more times. It doesn't matter how big or how small. It's more about creating a little bit of circulation. And then we'll release. We'll bring the soles of our feet back together. We'll take an inhale as we reach our right arm up. And then as we exhale, we'll fold forward. We'll inhale as we reach up the other side. And as we exhale, we fold, sweeping around. We'll do that a couple more times. You can stay down, or if you'd like to lift your hips, you can lift your hips. But again, pick a version that serves you. And then once you're even between both sides, we'll come back to the center. And we'll find all fours. Wrists under shoulders and knees under our hips. We'll take an inhale as we sweep our right arm up. As we exhale, we'll bring our right arm underneath our left. We'll let our head come down. We'll take our left arm towards the ceiling if our shoulders allow. We take a few deep breaths, inviting space where we feel resistance, inviting openness to invite room for the things that serve you. And then we'll release. We'll come back to all fours. Inhaling, we reach our left arm up. As we exhale, we'll bring our left arm under our right. We'll stay here. We'll reach our right arm up if our shoulders allow. We take a few deep breaths. And then we'll release. We'll come back to the center. We'll take an inhale as we drop our belly, and as we exhale, we'll find our downward dog. We'll do that a few times. We'll inhale, dropping our knees, lift our chest. And as we exhale, we'll find our downward dog. We'll do that 2 more times, creating an openness, a space for the things that serve you to move in. The next time you come to your downward dog, you'll stay there. You'll take a few breaths. Maybe you pedal out your legs. Maybe you sway your hips from side to side. And then we'll walk or step or jump our feet to our hands. We'll inhale as we find a spinal extension, and as we exhale, we'll fold. We'll inhale as we rise to standing. We'll sweep high. And as we exhale, our hands come to meet at our heart. We'll take an inhale as we reach up, lifting. And as we exhale, we fold. We inhale to a long spine, and as we exhale, we'll walk or step or jump back. We'll find our plank. As we exhale, we bend our elbows. As we inhale, we lift our chest, and as we exhale, we come back to our downward dog, and again, we pause. We let go of the things that no longer serve us so that we can create space for the things that do. And we'll walk or step or jump our feet to our hands. We inhale as we lengthen our spine, and as we exhale, we fold. We'll take an inhale as we rise to standing, we sweep high. And exhaling, hands return to our heart. Inhaling, we'll sweep up, lifting. And exhaling, we fold. We inhale to a long spine. And exhaling, we'll walk or step or jump back. We take a breath in. Exhaling, we bend our elbows. Inhaling, our heart lifts. And as we exhale, we come back to our downward dog. And again, we pause. We take a few deep breaths. And then we'll walk or step or jump our feet to our hands. We inhale to a long spine, and exhaling, we fold. Inhaling, we'll rise to standing, we'll sweep high. And exhaling, our hands return to our heart. One more, we'll take a deep breath in, we lift up. And as we exhale, we fold forward. We inhale to lengthen, and as we exhale, we walk or step or jump back. We'll take a breath in. And exhaling, we bend our elbow. As we inhale, our heart lifts. And exhaling back to our downward dog, we'll take a few moments. And we'll take an inhale. We'll start to lift our right leg. As we exhale, we'll take a big step through. We'll stay here pausing for a moment. We'll do a few small circles through our hips. Then you switch the direction. And then we'll bring our left hand down as we spiral open to our right. We'll stay here for a few breaths, creating spaciousness and openness. Creating space for the things that serve you and letting go of the things that don't. We'll take a breath in, reaching. And as we exhale, we'll release the twist. We'll step back. We'll shift our weight to our right hand, our right foot. We'll find our side plank. We stack our hips. We stack our shoulders. We lift through our waist. And again, we find a place of focus and balance. And we'll come back to the center. We'll take a breath in. And exhaling, we lower. Inhaling, our heart lifts. And exhale to your downward dog. You'll lift your left leg high. And then you'll step through. You'll find your lunge. We'll take a few deep breaths. Take a few small circles, 3 or 4 one direction, and 3 or 4 the other way. And then we'll come back to the center. We'll bring our right hand down and we'll spiral open to our left. You'll stay here for a few breaths. Try and deepen your twist with each out breath. And then we'll release the twist. We'll step back. We'll shift our weight to our left hand, our left foot. We find a side plank, stacking our hips, stacking our shoulder. Then we'll come back to the center. We'll take a breath in. Exhaling, we lower. Inhaling, we lift our heart. And as we exhale, we return to our downward dog. We take a moment to pause. We feel a sense of connection to the present moment. And then we'll walk or step or jump our feet to our hands. We inhale as we lengthen our spine, and as we exhale, we'll fold forward. We take a moment to hang. It feels good to sway. Allow yourself to sway. We'll take an inhale and rise to standing. We'll sweep high. And as we exhale, our hands return to our heart. We'll take an inhale as we reach up, lifting. And as we exhale, we'll fold right back forward. We inhale to a long spine. And as we exhale, we'll walk or step or jump back. We'll take a breath in. And exhaling, we lower. Inhaling, our heart lifts. And exhaling, downward dog, we'll sweep our right leg high. As we exhale, we'll hinge forward to a plank, pulling our knee towards our nose. Inhaling, we lift up. Exhaling, we hinge forward and squeeze. We'll do that a few more times. And then we'll step all the way through. We'll rise up in to our high lunge. So we'll lift our chest. We'll take a moment as we sink into our hips, sweeping our arms up. We'll take an inhale as we press away. As we exhale, we'll sink into our hips and twist. As we inhale, we press away and reach up. As we exhale, we sink into our hips and twist. We'll do that a few more times. Then we'll come back to the center. We'll take an inhale as we reach up. As we exhale, we'll let our chest come down as we sweep our arms back. Inhaling, we'll rise up, lengthening. Exhaling, our chest comes down as we sweep back. We'll do that a few more times. Taking your time. And then we'll bring our hands back down. We'll step back. We'll shift our weight to our right hand, our right foot. We'll come back to our side plank, lifting through our hips. We'll take a few deep breaths, letting go of the things that no longer serve us, to create space for the things that do. And we'll come back to the center. We'll take a breath in, and exhaling, we bend our elbow. As we inhale, we lift our heart. And as we exhale, we return to our downward dog. We'll take our left leg and sweep it high. As we exhale, we'll hinge forward to a plank. We'll pull our knee towards our nose. Inhaling, we lift up. Exhaling, we hinge forward and squeeze. We'll do that a few more times. Finding your core. Then we'll step all the way through. We'll rise up in to our high lunge. Take a moment, find your balance. Then we'll take an inhale, we'll straighten our left leg. As we exhale, we'll bend our knee as we twist towards it. Inhaling, we'll press away, reaching up. Exhaling, we sink into our hips and twist. We'll do that a few more times. Last one. The next time you sink into your hips, you'll stay. You'll release the twist and reach up. As you exhale, you'll bring your chest down as you sweep back. As you inhale, you rise up. As you exhale, your chest comes down as you sweep back. Inhaling, we rise. Exhaling, we fold. You create space and openness, allowing yourself to receive what you're meant to receive this evening. We'll bring our hands down. We'll step back. We'll shift our weight to our left hand, our left foot. We'll find our side plank. And again, we pause. And then we'll come back to the center. We take a breath in, and exhaling, we lower. As we inhale, we lift our chest. And as we exhale, we come back to our downward dog. We'll take a few moments, allowing yourself to rebalance, to recenter. And then we'll walk or step or jump our feet back up to meet our hands. We'll inhale as we find a long spine, and as we exhale, we'll fold forward. We take a moment to hang, to sway if it feels good to sway. And we'll take an inhale, rising to standing. We'll sweep back up and overhead. And as we exhale, our hands come to meet at our heart. We'll take an inhale as we reach up. This time as we exhale, we'll sit back into our chair. We'll bring our palms together. We'll take a twist to our right. So we'll let our left elbow come down. We keep a sense of length through our spine and an openness through our chest. We'll take a breath in, and as we exhale, we fold forward. We'll inhale to a long spine, and as we exhale, we'll walk or step or jump back. We'll take a breath in, and exhaling, we bend our elbows. As we inhale, we lift our heart, and as we exhale, we come back to our downward dog. We'll take our right leg and sweep it high. Exhaling, we'll step through. This time, we'll open to our warrior two. So you'll take a moment and sink a little deeper into your hips. We'll flip our right palm up as we reach back, reversing our warrior. And as we exhale, we hinge forward. As we inhale, we'll lift up and reach back. And as we exhale, we hinge forward. We'll do that a few more times, taking your time. Last one. The next time you hinge forward to your side angle, you'll stay there. We'll take a few deep breaths. Sinking a little deeper into our hips, we create a sense of openness. We create a sense of connection. And then we'll let our hands come down to frame our foot. We'll square our hips. We'll take an inhale as we press our hips low. As we exhale, we'll straighten our right leg as we press our hips back. We'll take an inhale as we sink into our hips, our spine lengthening. And as we exhale, we pull back. We'll do that a few more times, taking your time. So the next time you sink back into your hip, you'll stay. We'll set our back knee down softly. We'll turn our right knee and our right toes out as we walk our chest over to our left. Then you can stay up on your hands or you can bend your elbows, bring your forearms towards the mat. You find a place where you can create openness, where you can let go of something that's not serving you, so you can create space for something that does. And then we'll come back to the center. We'll turn our knee and our toes forward. We'll step back to our downward dog. We'll take a moment and rebalance. Then we'll come back to our plank. We'll shift our weight to our right hand, our right foot. This time, if you'd like to float your left leg, you can float your left leg, but you never have to. And then we'll release. We'll come back to our plank. We take a breath in. And exhaling, we bend our elbow. As we inhale, we lift our chest. And as we exhale, we return to our downward dog. We'll soften our knees. Looking forward, we'll walk or step or jump our feet to our hands. Inhaling, we find a long spine. And as we exhale, we'll fold forward. We'll take a few deep breaths, allowing ourselves to hang. We'll take an inhale, rising to standing. We'll sweep up and overhead. And exhaling, our hands come back to our heart. We'll take an inhale as we reach up. And as we exhale, we'll sit back in to our chair. We'll take a breath in. And exhaling, we twist to our left. So our right elbow comes down. You'll take a few deep breaths, inviting a sense of openness to receiving what it is you're meant to receive. And we'll gently release. We'll take an inhale as we lengthen our spine, and as we exhale, we'll walk or step or jump back. We take a breath in. And exhaling, we bend our elbow. Inhaling, our heart lifts. And exhaling to our downward dog, we'll lift our left leg. Then we'll take a big step through. We'll open to our warrior two. So you'll find the long edge of your mat. You'll sink a little deeper in to your hips. Then we'll flip our left palm up, reaching back. We reverse our warrior. And as we exhale, we'll hinge forward, side angle. Inhaling, we'll lift up and reach back. And as we exhale, we hinge forward. reaching forward. We'll do that a few more times, taking your time. Next time you hinge forward, you'll stay. You'll take a few deep breaths, creating space. And then we'll bring our hands down to frame our foot. We'll square our hips. We'll take an inhale as we press our hips low, and as we exhale, we'll straighten our left leg as we press our hips back. We'll take an inhale as we sink into our hips, and as we exhale, we'll pull back. We'll do that a few more times, taking your time, letting go of things that don't serve you so that you can create space for things that do. And then we'll sink back into our hips. We'll set our right knee down. We'll turn our left knee and our left toes open, and we'll walk our chest towards the right. Then you can stay up on your hands or bend your elbows, bring your forearms to a block or the mat. You take a few deep breaths. And we'll come back to the center. We'll step back to our downward dog. We take a moment and rebalance. And then we'll come back to our plank. We'll shift our weight to our left hand, our left side. If you'd like to float your right leg, you're welcome to float your right leg. You find a place of connection, inviting openness. And then we'll release, we'll come back to the center. We'll take a breath in. Exhaling, we bend our elbows. As we inhale, we lift our heart. And as we exhale, we come back to our downward dog. This time we'll find a dolphin. We'll bring our forearms down, letting our hips reach towards the sky. We'll take a few deep breaths. And then we'll come back to our downward dog, and we'll walk or step or jump our feet to our hands. We'll inhale as we find a spinal extension, and as we exhale, we'll fold forward. We'll take a few deep breaths, allowing ourselves to hang, to decompress. And then we'll inhale as we rise back up to standing. We'll sweep high. And as we exhale, our hands come to our heart. We'll take an inhale as we reach, uplifting. And And as we exhale, we'll sit back in to our chair. We'll take a breath in. And exhaling, we fold. We inhale as we lengthen, and as we exhale, we'll walk or step or jump back. We take a breath in. And exhaling, we lower. Inhaling, our heart lifts. And exhaling back to our downward dog. This time we'll lift our right leg. If it feels good to stack your hip, you're welcome to. And then we'll square our hips. We'll take a big step through. We open to our warrior two. This time we'll straighten our right leg and find our triangle. We'll bring our right hand down to our shin, to our ankle, to a block, to the mat. We'll stay here for a few breaths, turning our gaze where it supports us. And then we'll shift our weight to our right foot. We'll bring our right hand down and we'll start to find a half moon. So we start to float our left leg, no higher than hip height. We keep our sides long and our chest open. You're always welcome to use a wall. And then we'll gently step back. We'll turn our feet to a wide parallel position. We'll stand up as tall as we can. We'll take an inhale as we reach high. And as we exhale, we'll take our wide-legged forward fold. We'll come down to whatever degree feels good. We'll stay here for a few breaths, inviting a sense of openness. Creating space so that we can receive the things that serve us. And then we'll lengthen our spine. We'll start to gently walk from side to side, so you'll bend your right knee as you press your hips back. And then you switch. You'll do that a few times each direction, taking your time. And then we'll come back to the center. We'll rise back up to standing. We'll take our right toes back to the short edge of our mat, returning to our warrior two. And we'll bring our hands down to frame our foot. We'll square our hips. We'll set our left knee down, and as we inhale, we'll lift our chest. We come up to whatever degree serves us. Any arm variation. And then we'll release. We'll step back to our downward dog. We'll take a few breaths, shaking out our legs, shaking out our hips. And then we'll walk or step or jump our feet back up to meet our hands. We inhale to a long spine, and as we exhale, we'll fold forward. We'll take a few deep breaths, allowing ourselves to hang. And then we'll inhale as we rise to standing. We'll sweep high. And as we exhale, our hands come to our heart. We'll take an inhale as we reach up, lifting. And as we exhale, we'll sit back in to our chair. We'll take a breath in. And exhaling, we fold. We inhale to a long spine, and as we exhale, we'll walk or step or jump back. We take a breath in, and exhaling, we lower. Inhaling, our heart lifts. And exhaling, downward dog, we'll lift our left leg. If it feels good to stack your hip, you're welcome to do so. And then we'll square hips. We'll take a big step through. We'll open to our warrior two. We pause for a moment. And then we'll straighten our left leg. Finding our triangle, we'll bring our hand down to our shin, to our ankle, block the mat. We take a few deep breaths. And then we'll turn our gaze just forward. We'll bring our left hand down. We'll start to find our half moon, floating our right leg. We'll stay here for a few breaths. And then we'll gently release. We'll step back to our warrior two. We'll turn, face the long edge of our mat, bringing our feet to a parallel position. We'll take an inhale as we reach up. And as we exhale, we'll take our wide-legged forward fold. We'll come down. We'll take a few deep breaths. And then we'll lengthen our spine. We're going to bring our knees down so they're under our hips. And then we're going to find a frog pose. So we're going to start to walk our knees out. So your knees stay in line with your hips. And you can come down to your elbows or your forearms, but you don't have to. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Trying to soften into it gradually without forcing. Instead, you're inviting a sense of openness. And then you'll rise up on your hands. You'll draw your knees back in. We'll come back to our wide-legged forward fold. And then we'll rise back up to standing. We'll turn our left toes back to the short edge of our mat, returning to our warrior two. And then we'll let our hands come down to meet the mat. We'll square our hips. We'll set our right knee down softly. And then we begin to lift our chest to whatever degree or height feels good and available. We'll stay here, pausing, inviting a sense of openness. And then we'll release. We'll step back to our downward dog. We'll take a few breaths. And then we'll walk or step or jump our feet to our hands. We'll inhale to a long spine, and as we exhale, we'll fold forward. We take a moment to hang. And then we'll inhale as we rise to standing. We'll sweep high. And exhaling, our hands come back to our heart. We'll take an inhale as we reach up, lifting. And as we exhale, we'll fold forward. We inhale to a long spine. And as we exhale, we'll walk or step or jump back. We'll take a breath in. And exhaling, we lower. As we inhale, our heart lifts. And exhaling, downward dog, we'll lift our right leg. And as we exhale, we'll find our pigeon. We'll guide our shin towards our hands. You can keep your chest lifting or bring your chest down. You're always welcome to come onto your back if that's a better version for you. You'll allow yourself to stay, creating openness. And we'll gently rise back up. We'll press back to a downward dog or a child's pose. You'll take a few breaths, shaking out your legs, shaking out your hips. Within the next few breaths, you'll switch sides, drawing your left shin forward. You'll sink into your hips to whatever degree serves you, chest up or chest down. And then we'll gently release, but this time we'll come to a seated position. We'll find a boat pose. We'll balance. Any variation. You'll take an inhale as you lower. And as you exhale, you'll lift. We'll inhale as we release. And exhaling, we lift. One more. The next time you come down, you'll come all the way down. We'll let our knees draw in to our chest. You'll take a moment to massage your back in a way that feels good to you. we'll take a twist. We'll take our legs over to our left, opening our right side. You can have your legs as high or as low, as tight or as loose, as serves you. Finding a place where you can invite a sense of openness. And then we'll come back to the center. And we'll gently switch sides. And again, you go to whatever degree serves you. Taking a few moments to soften into it. To use your breath to invite openness. And we'll come back to the center. We'll let our knees come in to our chest. We'll take a moment and massage our back in a way that feels good. And then we'll take a long stretch. We'll extend our arms and our legs out long in opposition. We'll take an inhale as we squeeze everything from head to toe. And as we exhale, we sigh and release. We'll do that 2 more times. We'll take a deep breath in, reaching, squeezing, feel the tension. And as you exhale, release. Let it go. 1 more, you'll take a deep breath in, feel the tension. And as you exhale, you release. Then you'll let your arms and your legs come down. You'll find a comfortable resting position. You'll close your eyes and soften your breath. Starting to take yourself to a place of peace, to a place of rest, to a place of ease. And as you breathe in, you open to receiving whatever it is that your heart and soul needs. And as you breathe out, you let go of anything and everything that no longer serves you. Taking the last few minutes to rest, to relax, to be supported and rest in great peace. take 3 or 4 more deep breaths. You'll start to move your fingers and toes, your hands and your feet. You'll gently draw your knees back into your chest, taking a moment to once again massage your back in a way that feels good to you. And then you'll roll to one side, where you take a moment to reawaken. And as you reawaken, you'll return to an easy seated posture. We'll once again sit up as tall as we can. We'll take a deep breath in. We'll sweep our arms back up and overhead. And as we exhale, we'll let our hands come together to meet at our heart. We'll take a moment to pause, to seal our practice, to notice how we feel in our body, in our breath, in our mind, and in our hearts. We offer this place of peace as a place of openness to draw in those things that serve us and release the things that no longer do. Thank you for the energy and the beauty that you each bring. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you find freedom, know peace, and walk through the world with ease. I bow to you. Namaste.